Tonight on CTV3 News, suspect detained in connection with Mark Anthony Gobble's homicide. At the same time, Belmopan City Councilor calls for action following a fatal daylight shooting of Gabriel. Now, Guinea Grass resident charged for being in possession of ammunition without a license. And the 2025-2026 crop season set to commence on January 19th. These are some of the stories we have for you tonight in our newscast for Friday, January 9th, 2026.
Still like one dream, because I say at the age of 63, I can say I own my own house. I can honestly say, and it get me weak. Before this, I was living on the mobile home, right? And then after a while, it started to go in and start to lock up and things.
1, 2, 3.
Actually, I may give up. I used to cry and like time I said, Lord, please. And there comes Miss Mar. I always say, if you're not serious about something, don't pray for it. Don't pray about it. And I ask my God, please lead the Good Samaritan to me.
The housing program of the government of Belize, which is administered through the Ministry of Infrastructure Development and Housing.
Still like one dream, because I say at the age of 63, I can say I own my own house. I can honestly say, and it get me weak. Before this, I was living on the mobile home, right? And then after a while, it started to go in and start to lock up and things.
1, 2, 3.
Actually, I may give up. I used to cry at night time. I said, Lord, please. And there comes Miss Mar. I always say, if you're not serious about something, don't pray for it. Don't pray about it. And I ask my God, please lead the Good Samaritan to me.
The housing program of the government of Belize, which is administered through the Ministry of Infrastructure Development and Housing, is definitely, without question, one of the best programs our government has to offer, providing an opportunity for Belizeans who are in need to own their own home. And so I'm very, very happy for Ms. Beverly Harris and her family. She has been asking for support and help with her home for a long time. And I'm very, very glad that with the kind support of the Ministry of Infrastructure Development and Housing, that we were able to get this done for her.
I'm thankful. On a scale of 1 to 10, I give 20. I love it. I love it.
Good evening. With your newscast, also simulcast on Fiesta FM 106.7, I am Jaden Gamis. On Wednesday, January 7, 2026, the community of Belmopan was shaken by the tragic murder of Mark Anthony Cabral. Authorities responded swiftly to the incident, which has since become a focus of ongoing investigations. 2 days later, on Friday, January 9th, officials have apprehended a suspect in connection with the case. The individual, 25-year-old William Lansord Coy, a Belizean laborer residing in Camilote Village, Cayo District, was formally charged with the crime of murder. The authorities continue to investigate the circumstances surrounding the incident, and more details are expected to emerge as the case progresses. In the aftermath of a tragic daylight shooting in Belmopan, local officials and residents are rallying to seek justice and enhance community safety. City Councilor Sanay has appealed to the business sector to contribute towards a reward fund aimed at encouraging witnesses to come forward with crucial information, leading to the apprehension of suspects involved in the killing of 55-year-old truck driver Mark Gabarel, who was shot and killed in broad daylight in the capital city. According to police reports, 2 unidentified men riding a motorcycle carried out the attack and fled the scene swiftly.
Together we can make something different. Together we can make a change. I believe with the community on board, business sectors, everybody have a part to do, making the city better. I believe that we can all get together, and as I mentioned in my post, it was the reward. I believe that someone needs to talk. Someone has to talk. Someone needs to get up and say something about it. I know somebody knows something. And together we can make that happen. Together we can make someone talk. I believe in my police department. I know Belmopan has a surveillance camera all around the city in different posts. And I spoke to the commissioner today, and he mentioned to me that they're active. And thank God, good news is that our arrest will be pronto. And I hope that happens. But even if it doesn't happen right now, the community can get together and get something done together though. We need to make it together. Do it together. Together, everything is possible, Paul. Everything is possible.
According to Kyle, the support towards the cause has been overwhelming.
I have received several calls, and with the post that I did, I honestly didn't expect it went so viral. But I have received several calls, even asking me where to deposit the money because they want to make something, they want to make a difference. And I'm not talking about one call, I'm talking about several calls this morning. And I'm happy for that. I see the energy from my community willing to be a part of this change. And I know we can do it.
For residents of Belmopan, the violence has shattered a sense of security that many had taken for granted, and according to Kyle, the council will work overtime to restore that sense of safety.
But I think the city council needs to be more active with the police department. The city council needs to have more community meetings and public meetings. We also need to reach out to the neighborhood watch and also have this commitment with the police, especially with these surrounded cameras around. We need to take this very serious, and also we need to let the criminals know that we are watching them. And with the help of the city council and the police department and the neighborhood watch, and as I said, everybody have a part of it. Community, even children have a part of it because they see things. And we need to get together. The main point of this is to unite, have a community unite as one. Don't worry about politics, but unite as one.
Currently, there are speculations of a possible link between Gabriel's shooting and an armed robbery that took place earlier in the week at Armenia Village. Many have pointed out similarities, noting that the suspects in both incidents appeared to wear compatible helmets, clothing, and shoes. However, authorities have yet to officially confirm any connection. At this time, police have not announced any arrests related to Gabriel's murder or the Armenia Village robbery. The community remains hopeful that increased cooperation and vigilance will lead to justice and a safer Belmopan. A 55-year-old resident of Guinea Grass Village was taken into custody in the Orange Walk district on Thursday following a routine traffic stop that led to the discovery of ammunition. According to police reports, officers intercepted the man around 1:45 p.m. along Guinea Grass Road after observing that he was riding a motorcycle without wearing a helmet. During the search that ensued, law enforcement officials found two 12-gauge shotgun shells on his person. The individual, later identified as Elvis Suchite, explained to the officers that he did not possess a firearm license, which would be necessary to legally carry ammunition. Suchite was subsequently transported to the Orange Walk police station, where the cartridges were recorded as evidence in the case. Authorities indicated that the man was informed of the charges against him and his rights, as investigations are still ongoing. Earlier this morning, officials conducted a search operation at an abandoned property situated along Church Street in Palmar Village, Orange Walk District. Now, during the search, officers uncovered approximately 1,920 grams of what is believed to be cannabis. The illegal substances that was cleverly hidden within a septic system, concealed inside a plastic garbage bag. Inside the station, the seized items were divided into two parcels, one weighing 944 grams and the other 976 grams. Both packages were securely sealed, properly labeled, and documented as property recovered during the operation, maintaining the chain of custody. Now, at this stage, no individuals have been apprehended in connection with the find. Authorities are continuing their investigations to determine the identity of those involved in the drug-related activity. Now, coming up next, Caledonian residents demand action as illegal dumping threatens community safety and image. Stay tuned.
Still like one dream, because I say at the age of 63, I can say I own my own house. I can honestly say, and it get me weak. Before this, I was living on the mobile home, right? And then after a while, it started to go in and start to lock up and things.
1, 2, 3.
Actually, I give up. I used to cry and night time. I said, Lord, please. And there comes Miss Mar. I always say, if you're not serious about something, don't pray for it. Don't pray about it. And I ask my God, please lead the Good Samaritan to me.
The housing program of the government of Belize, which is administered through the Ministry of Infrastructure.
A pleasant good afternoon. His Lordship the Mayor, what do I call you today? His Lordship. Chairman, Mr. Urbina, and board members, Mr. Gideon, and I see Mr. Marin, Miss, forgot your name and I should not, Miss Dora, and other board members, principal, teachers, students. It gives me great pleasure this afternoon, an honor to stand before you today on this historic and joyful occasion. I will reminisce back in the days. Chairman spoke about today and the current. But I want to take you back to many years ago, because this moment carries a very special meaning for me. 42 years ago, right there, that building that was demolished, I walked onto this campus as a young secretary, full of hope, eager to contribute, and completely unaware of the profound impact this school, Orange Walk Technical High School, would have on my life and my career. The year after, Ms. Mendes joined Technical High School. So we go way back as to what this school means for us. This high school was my beginning. It was the place where I first witnessed the heartbeat of education, the dedication of teachers, the determination of students, and the spirit of a community that believed deeply in the power of learning. What I learned here went far and beyond office work. I learned about service, about patience and compassion, and about the kind of quietness but powerful leadership that holds a school together. As I look at where I stand today as the Chief Education Officer, it reminds me that every role in education matters. From the watchman, the cleaner, the support staff, the students, the parents, the teachers, the administrators, the board, the proprietors. It goes beyond that, and it matters. Every contribution they made mattered, and every person, no matter how they began, can grow when they are surrounded by a supportive community and a clear vision. So today's groundbreaking is not just a milestone of construction funded by the government of Belize and CDB at a value of approximately $6 million Belize dollars. Guys, this is a huge investment in the education of our children of Belize. These funds will go beyond so that we can construct 2 new buildings. Building 1 will house 8 classrooms and bathroom facilities. And building 2 will house the home economics, sewing room, computer and science lab with the expected completion in the next 14 months. So if we have food farmers here, sorry, you won't be able to see it, but you can come back when we are celebrating the inauguration of the building. And hopefully our third farmers will be able to experience that opportunity to see how we feel when we accomplished the work where many of us put together our thoughts, our dreams, and our actions. It is the continuation of a dream that began many years ago under leaders who saw not only what this school was, but what it could become. And among those leaders, in 1983, the late Leopoldo Polo Briceño, the then mayor, and Eligio Joe Briceño, the then area representative, and the first principal, Salomon Constanza. I'm not sure if any teacher here met Salomon Constanza. I doubt it, right, Ms. Mendez? You did, Mr. Gongora? You did? No, as your principal. So we have young people here, very young people here. He was the first principal, but I have to say that their influence still echoes throughout these grounds. They were men of foresight, conviction, and unwavering belief in the potential of young people. Long before expansions were planned, right, Ms. Mendez? We didn't have buildings, all the buildings. We had thatched roof buildings where we housed a 2-session school, double shift. So a set of students come in the morning, another set of students come in the afternoon. So long before those were planned, they spoke of a future where this campus would grow to meet the needs of a changing world. They believed that schools rise to meet their students, not the other way around. So it is only fitting that as we break grounds on these new buildings, we pause to honor them and to acknowledge that this moment stands upon the shoulders of their vision. When we invest in education, we are investing in stability, in opportunity, and in hope. We are building more than classrooms. We are investing in Belize's future. It is a testament to what can happen when a community, like you rightly said, Chairman, a government, and a school share a vision of excellence.
For some time, the residents of Caledonia Village in the Corozal district have been expressing concern and frustration over a long-standing garbage problem at the village entrance. Despite repeated cleanup efforts and the placement of warning signs, roadside dumping persists, leaving piles of trash along the main access point into the community. Residents say the issue has become far more than an eyesore. Concerns that the accumulation of garbage, worsened by neglect and division, poses a safety risk to motorists and nearby residents. Community members also expressed concern that the unsightly entrance leaves a poor first impression on visitors entering the village. Caledonian Village Council Vice Chairperson Dosia Chan says keeping the village entrance clean remains a top priority for the council. She explained that several cleanup attempts have already been made, but irresponsible dumping continues to undermine those efforts. Chan cautioned that if the illegal dumping does not stop, the council may have no choice but to seek assistance from the police to address the problem. She is urging residents to take responsibility and help protect the image and safety of their community.
It has been a very serious issue in our village. This garbage issue is a petition from the villagers to the council. But in order to avoid this garbage problem, we need to work hand in hand with the villagers. We have cleaned the site and asked the villagers to cooperate with us. Yes, this political issue has divided the village and hindered the development of it. It's time that we put aside political issues and work for the betterment of our village. We have cleaned all garbage thrown by the roadside and opened a road wide enough so that vehicles and bicycles have no problem in entering the garbage site. In addition, we have put signs stating where to dump the garbage. As how I stated, it can possibly be politics or just negligence of the villagers. I think that we should all be working together and show love for our village. If this garbage issue continues, then the village council will take action against these people by seeking the assistance.
For now, villagers are calling for cooperation and enforcement, hoping that the collective action will finally put an end to the ongoing problem. As the 2025-2026 sugar crop season approaches, the Belize Sugarcane Farmers Association, the BSCFA, is urging farmers to prioritize safety to ensure a smooth and incident-free harvest. This year, the association has placed added emphasis on safer practices, particularly for truck drivers responsible for delivering cane to the mill. Vice Chairman of the BSCFA Committee of Management, Fred Ortega, says precautions on the road and at the delivery points are critical to avoiding accidents and delays during the busy crop season. Ortega stressed that drivers should exercise patience, follow traffic regulations, and ensure their vehicles are properly maintained before making deliveries. He noted that the increased activity around the mill crop time heightens the risk of accidents if safety measures are not followed. The BSCFA says promoting safe operations is part of a broader effort to improve efficiency and protect lives, equipment, and the livelihoods. The association is encouraging all farmers and drivers to work together and take responsibility for the safety as the industry prepares for the start of the season.
Also connecting to what the chairman have said, we are looking forward to the truck drivers and the loaders that they really try to pack their cane the best they can, because we wouldn't want canes to be dropping in big amounts in the road, because it tend to be a very hazard situation. As you know, we have a lot of motorcycles now using the road, and we have to be very cognizant, and we have to be very safety and very cautious to what we are doing. So I call the attention of all the drivers that whenever they are coming on the road, that they can tie good their loads, so that we don't have droplets on the road, because all droplets also are cane that are being wasted, on which we can get sugar out of those canes. So we are hoping that our drivers can support that move, so that we can reduce any accident, because we wouldn't want fatal accidents to happen. We want that this crop, God can bless each and every one, each farmer, each cane cutter, drivers, even the workers from BSI at large, that God can bless us to have a good crop on which we end up with no fatalities and less accidents. We also would want to call the attention of those that like to damage the signs on the road to please stop, because those are very important, especially for tourists and people that don't know the area, that those signs can guide them to whenever they are approaching a curb. So it's very important as an organization and as BSCFA.
The tentative start date for the 2025-2020 sugarcane crop season has been set for January 19th, as stakeholders within the sugar industry expressed renewed hope for an improved harvest following a difficult previous year. Last year's crop was plagued by serious challenges, including operational setbacks and production shortfalls, which negatively impacted farmers and the wider industry. As preparations continue for a late start to the upcoming season, key stakeholders say efforts are being made to provide greater stability moving forward. Earlier this week, the Belize Sugarcane Farmers Association, the BSCFA, and the Belize Sugar Industries, BSI, announced that they have agreed to sign an addendum to their existing commercial agreement, extending it for an additional year. The move is seen as a step toward maintaining continuity in the industry while longer-term arrangements continue to be discussed. During an interview on Thursday, BSCFA leadership expressed optimism about the upcoming season, noting improved coordination and preparation among farmers. They also confirmed that government support will be in place, including the availability of fuel subsidies and licenses to assist cane farmers ahead of the harvest.
We received yesterday information that the license is already accessible, approved for the cane trucks. They could visit the transport departments in both divisions in District Corozal and Orindrac. Government has already
As farmers
approved it.
finalize preparations in the upcoming weeks, industry leaders say they are hopeful that the 2025-2026 crop will mark a turning point, delivering better results and renewed confidence for those who depend on the sugar industry for their livelihoods. There is more news after the break. Stay tuned.
Still like one dream, because I say at the age of 63, I can say I own my own house. I can honestly say, and it get me weak. Before this, I was living on the mobile home, right? And then after a while, it started to go in and start to lock up and things.
1, 2, 3.
Actually, I may give up. I used to cry and night time. I said, Lord, please. And there comes Miss Mar. I always say, if you're not serious about something, don't pray for it. Don't pray about it. And I ask my God, please lead the Good Samaritan to me.
The housing program of the government of Belize, which is administered through the Ministry of Infrastructure Development and Housing, is definitely, without question, one of the best programs our government has to offer, providing an opportunity for Belizeans who are in need to own their own home. And so I'm very, very happy for Ms. Beverly Harris and her family. She has been asking for support and help with her home for a long time. And I'm very, very glad that with the kind support of the Ministry of Infrastructure Development and Housing, that we were able to get this done for her.
I'm thankful. On a scale of 1 to 10, I give 20. I love it. I love it.
In a bid to bolster the resilience and efficiency of Belize's sugar industry, Dr. Honorable Osman Martinez, Minister of the State in the Ministry of Economic Transformation, convened a crucial stakeholder meeting to review preparations for the upcoming 2026 sugarcane crop season. Scheduled to commence on January 19, 2026, the meeting underscores the government's commitment to fostering transparency, collaboration, and strategic planning across the entire sugarcane value chain. During the session held at the Sugar Industry Control Board, the SICB, conference room in Buena Vista, Corozal, key representatives from various industry bodies discussed vital preparations and support measures. These included the SICB, the Sugar Industry Research and Development Institute, SIRDI, Belize Sugar Industry American Sugar Refining BSI/ASR, the Sugarcane Production Committee SCPC, and the four main cane farmers associations: Northern Sugarcane Growers Association, Progressive Sugarcane Producers Association, Belize Sugarcane Farmers Association, and Corozal Sugarcane Producers Association. Minister Martinez reaffirmed the government's dedication to creating a unified, farmer-focused sector that is both competitive and resilient. He announced that the establishment of bi-monthly stakeholder meetings, which will be held at the SICB conference room, serving as a permanent platform for reviewing progress, addressing emerging challenges, and maintaining open dialogue among all industry players. In these bi-monthly meetings, we aim to foster transparency, coordinate efforts, and ensure that every actor in the sugarcane industry works toward our shared vision of a sustainable and prosperous sector, Dr. Martinez stated. Stakeholders reviewed the readiness of mills for the upcoming season, with BSI/ASR confirming plans to initiate steam trials on January 9, 2026. The meeting also conferred critical support measures, including the continuation of fuel subsidies and the waiver of licenses for sugarcane transport units, aimed at reducing operational costs for farmers and transporters. Now, a significant focus was placed on improving infrastructure, particularly sugar roads vital for the efficient delivery of the cane during harvest. Participants agreed to establish a technical committee comprising representatives from key institutions, working alongside the Ministry of Infrastructure Development and Housing, MIDH, to oversee road maintenance projects. Demonstrating leadership, Dr. Martinez announced his intention to lead a field visit on January 12, 2026 to assess priority road sections and provide immediate recommendations for action. The session concluded with the scheduling of the next coordination meeting on January 16, 2026, reinforcing the commitment to meet bi-monthly throughout the crop season. This regular forum is expected to enhance planning, responsiveness to weather and logistical challenges, and to ensure timely interventions that benefit farmers and stakeholders across northern Belize. Belize was proudly represented at the 2026 Global Youth Trends Forum, held under the theme Powering Sustainability, Youth and Green Collar Action, in Taipei, Taiwan, from January 2nd to the 4th in 2026. Belize City Council Program Manager Michael Fritz joined representatives from Belize's Ministry of Tourism, Youth, Sports, and Diaspora Relations for an immersive 3-day conference and study tour. The experience began with an ecological tour of natural springs, museums, and a waste recycling facility, followed by 2 days of engaging roundtable discussions for conference sessions. From robust dialogue to collaborative team-based activities, the forum underscored a key takeaway: empowering young people to lead, advocate for, and implement sustainable solutions is critical to our collective future. The Belize City Council expressed gratitude to the Ministry of Tourism, Youth, Sports, and Diaspora Relations and the Youth Development Administration under Taiwan's Ministry of Education for the opportunity, partnership, and inclusion. Belize City continues to show up, contributing meaningful and champion youth-led sustainability on the goal stage, the Belize City Council said. And that's the news. We invite you to join us for another newscast on Monday, January 12th, here on CTV3 News and Fiesta FM 106.7. Remember to read a text version of the news. You can visit our website at www.ctv3belizenews.com. You can also log on to our Facebook page for current stories at facebook.com/ctv3belizenews or our YouTube channel at CTV3 News BZ. From all of us here at CTV3 News, thank you for watching and listening. Have a safe and pleasant weekend.